Hello, everyone. Hi again. I'm back here now to talk about why these so-called prevention antiviral bacterial badges or cards that you put on your shirt, pants don't really work. Okay. Um, let's start with, it's advertised clearly that it gives you 6 feet or 10 feet of protection layer shield around you from bacteria and viruses. So claimed fights the coronavirus as well. Um, Not very true. Let's start with something. What is these badges? What are they actually? Um, it's chloride. Sorry, it's not chloride. It's oxide. It's chlorine oxide. What is chlorine oxide? It's chlorine. Chlorine. We understand it. Bleach. Chlorine. We use these things all the time at home. Chlorine oxide is, in other words, it's chlorine in a gas form. Okay, chlorine in a form of gas. So these badges secrete out of them gases of chlorine. Now we understand chlorine is very poisonous to us and it's very harmful, and there's no doubt it's a killer. But with very small amounts, which it is the case with these badges, they're producing very small amounts, which is non-toxic for human beings, no harm on them. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't benefit you. There's no benefit at all for you in this. Inhaling it, there's no benefit, but it doesn't harm you. And there's an assumption that assumes by the time it gets out, it's not going to reach your respiratory system because it's a very unstable gas. Chlorine oxide is a very, very unstable gas, and it breaks down into oxygen very quickly. So that means this thing's got to be secreting a lot of chlorine oxide in order for it to give you the shield that they claim they do. Um, right. Before we start with anything, let me just clear a point that's a logical point here, because I'm seeing the advertisements and it's in a funny pattern. I mean, they show people behind their workstation, which is completely understandable, and I'll explain why. And they show people that are actually in an open mega markets, supermarkets, big stores, whatever. It's not going to work there. See, it's a logical assumption. It doesn't need much. Okay, two things play a role. One, this thing is secreting unstable gas in order for it to be able to prevent a steady environment. The minute you're moving, everything is behind you. Whatever you're secreting is just behind you, and you're exposed again. Knowing the fact it's an unstable gas. Okay? So, anything outdoor, do not put a mask for any certain reason, because this is a protection. It's not going to protect you. Air is going to be slapping you up, down. Air ventilation, air circulation is playing a big role. It's not going to help in an open air. It will only help probably it will help on a static position. You're in a static position. Momentum moving means zero. You did nothing. Okay? So let's go with the theory that that's what they actually meant, static position. I'm sitting behind my desk and I've got that badge on, secreting chlorine oxide to protect me. So the shield is right there. It did it. Probably yes, it could. Why not, right? Does it kill bacteria and viruses? Yes, it does. The question that plays the role here, where we're going to talk about. See, chlorine is a slow killer, not a fast killer. Very effective in killing bacteria, no doubt. It works as an antiseptic, just the one you spray in your hands. Sanitizers, okay? When it comes to viruses, it really depends on the size, on the microns, okay? The bigger the micron, the slower process it takes, due to the fact that it dissolves into oxygen. So it doesn't have time to manage to do that. And not only that, this is on gas stage, okay? On a gas stage, it dissolves quickly. So let's put it this way. The bigger the particle, the bigger the micron, the more time it requires to kill it. The smaller the micron, the faster it kills it. Let me give you an example to make it short. In water, where it works best, chlorine works best in water, okay? To kill hepatitis A virus, it took it 16 minutes. Where hepatitis A, the size of hepatitis A virus is 28 to 30 nm. Coronavirus is 80 to 120 nm. So if we're going to go from 30 to 120, that means times 4. Coronavirus is 4 times bigger than hepatitis A virus. So if we do a small calculation, 16 by 4, that's 64 minutes to kill coronavirus. Due to its high contagiousness, coronavirus is known to be just very high contagious. Floating in the air, forget about someone sneezing at your face, game over. You're not going to do anything there, okay? Because, as I said, it's a slow actor, not a fast actor. That's how chlorine works. The fact that you need 64 minutes to kill a coronavirus in an environment you're in that is floating, and I don't think you're going to make it, buddy. It's not enough. I mean, it's not feasible. So the fact that it eliminates coronavirus is too far from true. Does. How does it work? If you really want it to work, I mean, if it makes sense. You put chlorine, you inject chlorine dioxide in an environment where you're outside, and you let it stay there for at least an hour or two, and then you go in, yeah, you have a clean environment for yourself, and you keep that thing going on, probably it will protect you from, again, I mean, anyone that goes in, you're back to square one. If he's got, for example, if he's infected with corona or any other virus, it'll take 15, 16, 18, 20 minutes to get rid of a virus, and that's not very good enough. So it's not very, very effective in the sense of destroying the viruses the way it is set, especially the way it is introduced. You just put it right there, you need nothing. Don't worry about anything. If he sneezes in your face, nothing's gonna happen. That's not true. This is not the case. And knowing the fact chlorine cannot eliminate big particles, big microns. For example, I'm going to give you one kind of a microbic element, protozoa. And protozoa is something that is available in nature, in water, everywhere in nature. Okay, and the small flies that are house flies, these are 90% carriers of protozoa, and protozoa could be infected with a virus itself. Okay. A fly with a protozoa on a small tiny hairs on its legs, it could carry this protozoa. If it lands on your face or any part of your body, the protozoa that will stick to your body. This protozoa, no matter what this chlorine dioxide does, is not going to kill it. And that means you could get infected with a touch. Back to square one. This is not the best ideal option. Sorry, not. It's not about the best ideal option. It is not an option to protect you against coronavirus or any other virus in that form. It's a slow-acting virus killer. It's not a fast-acting virus killer. Okay? And in that second, what you're talking about, in that diameter, they're talking about, you need something that is lethal. Okay? It does not exist. The virus will infect you. Therefore, this is not the solution. Again, as I explained, it takes 16 minutes to take hepatitis. How long will it take to take in water, where it works best? How long will it take as a gas format, unstable, shifting into oxygen so quickly, okay, to kill a coronavirus? That's the concept. So big question about it. Definitely not the answer. The answer, as we said, guys, it has to be the whole environment. We have to control the whole environment. Alkalinity for the whole environment. Control of the air pollution. And on top of all that, assuring all viruses go back to their original stage. If coronavirus is a droplet, we want it to be a droplet. An airborne virus is an airborne virus. You do all of these steps, you control it. Simple. Let Mother Nature take its role. All we're doing here is letting Mother Nature do its best role. Where Mother Nature is best in killing, that's what we're doing. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care.